The second half of the Major League Baseball season is upon us. That means we have to look back at the first half, including the All-Star game, and talk about what happened there, as well as make some predictions for the second half. You could have been at the Major League Baseball All-Star game if you had gone to my sponsor, turnthepagetravel.com, page spelled like Becker's, and booked yourself a nice trip, but you didn't because you didn't listen to me the last time I said that, so fix it. All right, let's play the theme music. Half of the season, I don't want to do it alone, so I had to bring in the biggest baseball fans I know. Straight up, they were at my baby shower watching baseball together. One of the coolest moments of my life. You've seen them on here before. You are familiar with both of these gentlemen. We've got Brett Gosnell, and we've got the host of At the Plate with Danny Foxworth. A wicked good time since we last spoke, and growing up low country with Liz and Danny. Danny Foxworth, Brett and Danny, man, what is going on?
Man, what's going on? What's going on, fellas? Great to be back on again.
Yeah, it's been too long since y'all been on together at the same time. This is ridiculous. Someone should do something about that. So, we do have a special insider as well. We don't have any more guests. It's just these two, but that's good enough. But a special insider who got to experience All-Star Weekend in person from Landrum, but he's in Atlanta, Mr. Brett Gosnell. So, Brett, what was it like living the dream?
It was amazing, man. Like, it exceeded all my expectations. I went to the Futures game Saturday with my son, and he's 2, so that was, it is what it is. But that was still fun. I saw a Dodgers prospect won the MVP of that game. Jose DePaula hit the 3-run home run in that game, so that was fun. I saw T.O. hit a home run in the celebrity softball game. That was kind of cool too.
Yeah.
But yeah, the real event. Went to the All-Star game last night. The Battery is just amazing, as you know. I mean, such a cool area. Had some beers with my dad there. They had an All-Star Village thing set up, which was a huge, like a mall that's nearby, but it was fully decked out with all like batting cages, all this interactive stuff for kids to do baseball stuff with, and like a traveling Hall of Fame exhibit was going on there too. There was a live auction. There was literally auctioning off, like with the auctioneer and all that stuff going on, like auctioning off Mickey Mantle autographed baseballs and stuff like that. So that was awesome. Really cool, like history of Japan and America, like work, intertwining baseball, like how the culture of baseball grew in both places. That was really cool. So anyway, I'll get to the coolest part of the night in a minute that happened before the game. But the game itself, I mean, the one All-Star game I may get to go to in my life is like one of the best ones in history. It was NL got up 6-0. The AL stormed back, tied it in the 9th with 2 outs. And then that led to the first ever home run derby to break the tie. And I was excited. I was like, this is such a cool idea. I'm glad y'all are doing this. But I did not think it was going to be any good. Because my thinking was each player only gets 3 swings. And how many times when you watch a home run derby are they like – they don't get going until like the 15th swing.
Yeah,
they just can't get in a rhythm. Yeah, right. So I was thinking it's going to be that. Like whoever hits 1 home run is going to win this thing. And they come out just blasting them. Like I was totally wrong about that. Brent Rooker hit 2 out of the gate. Kyle Schwarber, who ended up winning it, hit 3 home runs on all 3 of his swings, and they were just majestic. I mean, they were just beautiful home runs. So, man, just a wonderful night. But then the best part, so I'm there in my Dodger stuff. My dad's there in his Red Sox stuff. We are going into the gate to scan our tickets and enter the game. I happen to look over, and I see Pedro Martinez walking toward us. And he's got like 6 police around him. But I make eye contact with him. I'm just like, just stunned. I just thought, Pedro. And he walks right up to me and like initiates, like shakes my hand, and then goes right to my dad, shakes his hand, and then does like, he reaches to my dad and like does this, like rubs the B on his hat and like pats it. And then I guess it hit him like, shit, I played for the Dodgers too. So he comes back and he like does the same thing to me and then just walks in. But it's just like the most epic. Yeah. And Silvers will tell you how my dad gets happy and excited over virtually nothing. This just made his day, dude. He was over the moon.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He was a very stoic man. Mostly anger, I'd say, was his preferred emotion.
Yes.
So I can't even imagine the joy this must have brought him. This was just great.
He's talking about framing. He's got to frame the hat, and like I don't think you can frame a hat.
Anything is possible when you meet Pedro Martinez. That's so good. That is so good because I got the voice memo, and I would have fainted.
It was crazy. It was crazy, man. I don't like getting starstruck. Like I just don't even like the idea of being starstruck over another human being. But I was starstruck for sure.
Danny, do you have any follow-up questions as another podcast host extraordinaire for Brett about his experience and his dad's framing of a hat?
No, I don't have any questions whatsoever. This man was painting the perfect picture. I was like, it almost felt like I was there with him.
Right? Like we didn't even have to pay the price of admission. And then I also have some insider pictures of Dwight Howard. Dwight
Howard was. So anybody that's been to a Braves game, the Chop House is it's a bar in right field, and it's just like normal people. Just that's where people go to drink and have fun and kind of casually watch the game. Dwight Howard's just there, just hanging out with normal people, like no security, no entourage or nothing. Just like he's just drinking beer and hanging out with everybody, taking pictures, just like he's just a normal person. It was so cool.
How about that?
That's definitely what an experience. So I watched it on TV. Danny watched it on TV. Danny, what were your takeaways from the game? Particularly, I'm gonna be honest, I forgot about the swing off rule. That they were going to do that. I knew that we were not going to have a tie. I don't know what I thought the resolution was going to be.
That was the same way.
Frame a hat the fastest. But I knew we were headed towards some sort of a conflict. But the swing off, I thought it was awesome. Danny, what was your thought on the swing off and then just the whole game in general?
Well, first off, I knew absolutely nothing about the swing off. This was completely new information to me. And I would periodically tune out when I saw the score was 6-0. And then like I literally went to Dollar General, came back, and it was in the bottom of the ninth, and this like 6-3 at this point. I'm like, oh, okay. And there was runners on base, and I'm like, this is interesting. And then they tie it up. I was like, wow. I'm trying to remember who was it. Was it Corbin Carroll that tied it up?
Corbin Carroll hit a home run to like make it 6-0.
Or it might have been Bobby Witt. I think it was Bobby Witt. I'm thinking about.
Like,
that's who it was.
He scored the tying run. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And then when they went to extra innings, I was actually thumbing through Twitter and I saw somebody mention that this is the first year they're going to do the swing off. I'm like, the swing off? He was like, it's basically like penalty shots in hockey. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm all in. Let's go. And man, it lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
Then seeing Schwarber get that last bomb and then take the Adrian Beltre knee, I was like,
yeah.
I love it. I love this. Straight to my veins, man. That was an awesome implementation of just new and fresh and innovative ideas to the game, and that was one they, for lack of a better term, they knocked it out the park.
Yep, very good. Yeah, it was Quan who got the infield single.
Quan got the single. Yeah.
Yep, that's right. So, yeah, because those things, when you're trying to break a tie, I feel like sports, it's really tough to figure out how to handle overtimes. Because you got soccer with penalty kicks, which is kind of like a coin flip. And then you've got college football has the 25-yard rule or whatever. And then you got the NFL. You got all different types of things. But this seemed to work way better than I believe Rob Manfred could have dreamt of. Because you're right, Brett. Like I was like, man, I don't know. Because you'll see a guy, like you were saying, go 10 swings without doing anything. And they were immediately ready to hit. And it was not even the stars, the true stars of the All-Stars out there.
Yeah.
And they still put on a show, except for Aranda at the end. But
That's
it was...
Yeah, he looked like me out there.
Yes. I don't know why. I don't know how he was picked, but
I don't know. I was like me at Frankie's in the batting cages.
The only criticism I would have of just All-Star games in general, and it bled into this here, is they play the best players. The best players start. Judge, Ohtani start the game. They get like 2 at bats, and then they're done, and they let the rest of the All-Stars come in. Which you need to let everybody play, of course. That was fortunate enough to make it. But what that inevitably leads to is in the most clutch moments, the best players aren't out there, and then they're not out there for the home run swing off. That if Judge and Ohtani had been out there, like, my God. But all that said, it couldn't have turned out any better. But like that's the one like downside. I was like wishing you could have seen Judge and Ohtani taking the swing off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said those guys flew home. They were on private planes.
Right. Yeah.
They weren't even in the building.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't even consider that was a possibility. Yeah. That was the swing off led to this discovery for me. So no, I think it was a really, really great event. The whole weekend, really. So, I mean, shout out to baseball for doing it the way that they did it, because All-Star games in professional sports have just steadily gone downhill.
Yeah.
So for them to come up with an idea that's kind of fresh, it's fun, and it's also baseball. It lends itself to, you have to try in baseball. You can't like dog it like in the NBA. So you have to try. So you got like this perfect mix of things, and just a great weekend. I came away a huge Junior Caminero fan now.
Me too. Yeah.
Former Charleston Riverdog.
Is that right?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah, I completely forgot about him. Then I see him up there, just his energy, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. That's probably my basketball, baseball hybrid take, of which there will be many tonight, I'm sure, is that I feel like I can predict based on a guy's vibe if he's going to be good up there. Yeah. And like the guys who come up there and they're kind of like James Wood, you could kind of tell.
He don't have any vibe. I like him a lot, but he ain't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Caminero came up there like he was so comfortable. He was ready to go. And I was like, this guy, I like him. So that's my final takeaway. Is there any guys like that for y'all who y'all came away with and you're like, okay, I got to start paying closer attention to this dude?
And James Wood was actually my pick to win the home run derby. And then whenever they asked him prior to the contest, how you feeling, he was like, I'm nervous. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, oh, great. Another year where I get the home run derby pick wrong.
Respect the honesty, James.
Yeah.
But we need some swagger along with it. So
I would agree with Caminero, dude. Like he's on my fantasy team, so I'm very well aware of him. But I mean, he's just amazing. He's 22 years old. He's not that big of a dude, really. I mean, he's good size, but he's not like huge. And he's got some of the best bat speed in all of baseball. And he was hitting bombs, did not look like he was even trying. I mean, it was easy power for a dude of that size. He was amazing. And Cal Raleigh, the guy who actually ended up winning it, I mean, I didn't know he was that good. I mean, he showed out in the All-Star game, too. He had some of the hardest hit balls in the actual game.
Yeah.
This might be a perfect segue to the first half of the season. And we'll start with the MVP discussion because Cal Raleigh is firmly in that ridiculous 38 home runs. You got Aaron Judge, who has been absurd this year. We'll start in the AL. Brett, who are you going with AL MVP?
For the first half?
First half.
So both leagues, my first half MVP was not who I would say is going to end up winning it for the year, but first half MVP, it has to be Cal Raleigh because he's got 38 home runs and he's catching. Yeah. I mean, he is managing the pitching staff. He's a good defensive catcher. It's not like he's just back there. Like, he's doing a good job catching too. So he's not on the level of Aaron Judge overall as a hitter, but he's close enough that when he's handling the most important defensive position and hitting like that, that's the MVP right now. Like, I I figure he'll probably tail off some, catcher over the course of a long season. I don't see how he can keep hitting like this. So Judge would be my eventual pick, but first half MVP, Cal Raleigh.
Do you think there's a point where they start DHing him more because his hitting is that valuable, or do you think it's always where your catching is more valuable?
I think his hit. Yeah, I think they probably will. And you see what the Dodgers are doing with Will Smith. Like, we sit him a lot. We don't ever DH him because we got Shohei, but we do everything we can to keep him fresh. I mean, like the Twins did that with Joe Mauer back in the day. They started playing him at first base, and it was like, he's a great hitter for a catcher, but is he that? When you move him to first base, then he's just like merely good, right?
Yeah.
Cal Raleigh is great no matter where he's playing, and Will Smith is great no matter where he's playing. So these guys, I could see that for sure.
Okay, and Danny, your AL MVP pick for the first half.
You know what? Just to be contrary, I'm going with former Charleston Riverdog Aaron Judge.
Riverdogs cleaning up today.
Just for sentimental value. He was with the Riverdogs, I think 2015, but no, he's putting up video game numbers. And initially, beginning of the year, I said that Bobby Witt was going to be my pick for MVP, but yeah, it's basically between the All Rise and Big Dumper. And I mean, Judge, he's leading the league in batting average, leading the league in hits. He's second in the league in home runs and RBIs with an OPS like just a hair under 1.2. I mean, like he's ridiculous, man. But yeah, that's my first half of the season MVP.
I mean, he has been incredible simply because I don't even know if batting average is a stat anymore, but his batting average has never been anything like this. And you would think it would trail off, but he's been really holding steady. And so I, for a guy who's that size to be hitting 355 with the power that he's hitting with.
Yeah, because even when he was with the Riverdogs, he was strictly a power hitter. I did not see him evolving into somebody that hits for average. Like, I didn't see that coming at all.
No, leading the AL in batting average, that's ridiculous.
Like 6'7", 280. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Forward. Yeah, it's like if Dwight Howard was doing that.
Yeah.
So, no, I think that you're both you can't go wrong with either pick, honestly. And I mean, just an incredible first half by both. Cal Raleigh really came out of nowhere. Obviously, we don't get too many. I'm not watching too many Mariners games on the East Coast, and he has hit 30 home runs in a season before. So he's been a good player out there, but not 38 home runs in the first half of a season. Good.
Right.
Like, that's anytime you're doing things that Ken Griffey Jr. didn't do for the Mariners.
Yeah.
You're nuts. So
yeah,
the NL, Danny, we will start with you. Who is your NL MVP for the first half of the season?
Same guy as last year, Shohei Ohtani. It's like he's picking up right where he's left off. And then especially with, Mookie Betts not having the best of seasons. And then, Ohtani is just shouldering the load. And then on top of that, now he's back on the pitcher's mound. I'm like, it just never ends with this guy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You will not get any argument out of me. Probably not out of Brett. Brett, do you have a different pick for some reason?
I actually, for the first half, I mean, Shohei is my pick on the year. I don't think there's any doubt he's going to win it on the full season because he's now starting to pitch. So the second half is going to be all him pitching and hitting. So, yeah. But first half MVP, I go with PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah.
Because he's hitting extremely well. I mean, not on the level of Shohei, but he's OPSing like 850 and playing the best center field in all of baseball.
Yes.
So
this
overall,
was a huge surprise player.
Yeah.
Because I obviously watched a lot of Dodgers baseball. He killed us in a series very early in the season. And I was like, what in the world is going on? Looked up. He's got 25 home runs this year. He had 10 last year. He's only had one more at bat this year, too. And even at the beginning of the season, when he was killing us in that series, I thought of him almost the opposite of Judge, as more like a speed guy, especially with the way he plays center. But to see that he's got this kind of pop for 25 homers, I don't know what you do with him. And his parents are actors too. That's just a fun little fact.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
He grew up in L.A., obviously, with his
Yeah.
parents being actors, but his dad's actually a Cubs fan. His dad was originally from somewhere up there, Illinois, and so he grew up a Cubs fan.
Huh. There we go. Well, that worked out very well for him, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on to the Cy Young, we'll start with the AL. Brett, who you got AL Cy Young first half of the season?
All right, first half and full season, Tarek Skubal. There's just no question about it. He's far and away the best pitcher in baseball, aside from the guy that I'll say for the NL. Throws 100, goes right after hitters, doesn't walk anybody. I think he's got like 14 walks on the whole season or something like that. When he has a bad game, it's like he gives up 3 runs and still strikes out 11 people. He's the true definition of an ace. He's old school in that he goes into the 7th inning like every single game. And he never gets hurt. Knock on wood, I don't know that he's ever been hurt to my knowledge. So he's, sturdy, dependable, ERA under 2. That's no question, Tarek Skubal.
Who's a good comp for him for someone like myself, who is my sweet spot, as you know, is 98 to 2005?
Damn, that's a great question.
You think on that? Do you need time?
I think yes.
Okay.
I will need. Yeah, let me think.
Because I do need
That's
to circle back and get Danny's. I got your first half MVPs. Do you think, Danny, that the first half MVPs that you picked will end up being the full season MVPs?
Ooh. I'll stand on my square and say yes.
I respect that. And then we'll get your AL Cy Young before we get Brett's comp. Brett really enjoys these games. You're getting a window into our text messaging relationship. But yeah, your AL Cy Young.
AL Cy Young is Tarek Skubal's world, and we're all just living in it.
Yeah, the guy is ridiculous. The guy is truly ridiculous.
And I just looked it up. He's thrown 153 strikeouts with 16 walks.
That
is absurd.
I don't even understand. That doesn't make any sense.
So he might reach 300K by the end of the year.
I got to Google when the last time we saw that, because it
feels like it's been a minute.
Yeah, that's absurd. And
and then on top of that, he's just got the Tigers looking.
First place, best record in the league, I believe.
Yeah.
Jeez. So I'm guessing here, but you correct me if I'm wrong. Are you going with him, AL Cy Young, for the full season as well?
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. So, okay. It wasn't that long ago, according to Baseball Reference. 2019, we had Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander cross the 300 plateau.
Okay.
That's interesting. But then before that, it was Scherzer did it. Okay, so it's definitely not as frequent. I feel like I used to hear about it all the time growing up. Yeah, Pedro. Yeah, Schilling, Randy Johnson, of course. So that would be truly something to see. And you're right, he's contributing. A pitcher who is probably in the MVP conversation as well. So
yeah.
Brett, do you have your comp? Or we can circle back at the end of the show.
I'm just frantically Googling great pictures from that era. Randy Johnson come to mind. That's just really that they're both left-handed and strike a lot of people out and throw hard. Their out pitches are different. Roger Clemens isn't a terrible comp. Just the way he attacks hitters. He gets a lot of strikeouts, as you just said, but he's not chasing strikeouts. He is just throwing it down the middle, and people just can't touch it. So maybe Randy Johnson's not a bad comp, but he walked too many people.
So if he traded height for control, Randy Johnson.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So NL Cy Young, Danny, who do you have for the first half of the season?
Man, first half of the season, for me, I got to give the edge to Zack Wheeler. Because basically, for me, it's like back and forth between him and Skenes.
Yeah.
And Wheeler, he leads the NL in whip, strikeout rate, and opponent average, and quality starts. And I mean, this man, he's just a workhorse, and he's finished runner-up Cy Young, I believe, like 2 of the last 4 years. So I think this is his time. And Skenes, I mean, he's really got a strong chance to go back-to-back seasons with an ERA below 2, which is just unheard of. So I would give the slight edge to Wheeler. And considering Wheeler is like 35 years old, which I didn't realize.
Almost as old as me.
Yeah. And still just shoving like that, man. Yeah, it's amazing. So, yeah. I mean, you really can't go wrong with either pick. The problem with Skenes is he's getting no run support. I mean, every time he takes the mound with the Pirates offense, it's not a matter of if, it's not even a matter of when. It's a matter of how bad will they screw this up.
Yes.
And they just routinely just screw the pooch for Skenes, man. And I hate that for him. But yeah, Zack Wheeler gets my pick for NL Cy Young.
Do you think there's any chance he stays in Pittsburgh when that contract is expired?
I doubt it.
Yeah. He's probably already packed, ready to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's ridiculous. We're talking about Junior Caminero. Skenes is probably the opposite. I've not seen an interview with him where he did not look like he was on copious amounts of Benadryl. Like all he cares about is pitching. Nothing excites him. He's like Brett's dad if like he didn't even get mad either. Like just there's no emotions. I think I saw someone call him the Ashwagandha final boss. Like he's like there's just nothing there. He's just numb.
Oh, that is fantastic. The Ashwagandha final boss. Damn, that's good.
He's like rizzed up Livy Dunn. He's done all this stuff. He just doesn't care though. He's just like, I just really want to go throw this ball. I don't give a shit about any of this. And like, okay, Paul, well, you go do that, buddy. But yeah, Wheeler's a guy who you don't really, similar to his teammate for me in Kyle Schwarber, who you don't really hear too much about nationally, but has like really been good for a while now.
Yeah.
And yeah, for him to be doing this at 35 when I'm just trying to like not pull a muscle getting out of bed is ridiculous. So Brett, who is your NL Cy Young winner?
I'm going with Skenes. If this was 15 years ago, he wouldn't have a chance because they, cared about when. Yeah. But I think we're finally over that. I don't think anybody thinks about that anymore, really. So it's got to be Skenes. I mean, he come out. You started the game last night, and I think his first 7 pitches were fastballs, all 98 or better, and I don't think anybody touched it. And then he throws a splitter that's 95. And he's a workhorse too. He's a big, strong dude. I would think he had at least on paper, he would be a hot shot kind of personality dude because he wanted to be an Air Force pilot. He was like, he almost never played baseball because he was at Air Force and was dying to be a fighter pilot. And then his coach had to talk him into transferring to LSU.
That is ridiculous.
I did not know that.
Can you imagine like Top Gun with him as the main character?
Yeah.
It's like,
Iceman,
are you awake?
Would have been like a real
Iceman. He's like, no, I'm fine. All right. Moving on to Rookie of the Year, we're going to split it up. I'm going to go, Brett, you have the NL, I believe.
Yeah.
We'll start there in the National League. Let us know if they were also a fighter pilot. And more news I'm going to have to digest.
I'm going Jacob Mizrowski from the Brewers. He come in and pitched the 8th last night, and he threw 102 multiple times. Just unbelievable stuff. Not scared of anybody. There's not a lot of competition. I mean, let's be honest. So I think the betting odds had Drake Baldwin as the number 2.
I did see Drake Baldwin.
And I'm in Atlanta, and I really don't even know who that is, and he plays for the Braves. So like, this isn't somebody serious. I think he's the catcher.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Mizrowski, unless he blows his arm out next week. You know,
Did you see
he's
how
probably
weird?
already done enough.
Yes, it's over with. Did you see how like the story to how he got to the All-Star game and they announced it
Yeah,
because everyone was angry and they were like, well, no one else wanted to do it.
right.
How would you feel if you were Mizorowski? You probably wouldn't give a shit, but I mean,
No, you go out there and throw 102 and show you belong, which is what he did.
102. That's so you pitched into high school, correct?
Yeah, I did not ever get.
Did you ever hit
near
102? Okay.
No shit.
This
You
is
could had to have been adding up multiple pitches together.
this is and Danny, how long Danny, you never pitched, did you? You just played.
I had one brief stint just because I was the only left-handed player on my little league team.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
So they experimented with me, and that lasted literally one game. I got peppered.
So here's my question that I did not. This is a curveball. I apologize. What is the oldest age you could pitch to and throw a no-hitter?
The oldest age?
Yeah.
We'll
go
like 8.
Go, okay, because we could have gone. Thank you for playing the game correctly. I did not explain the rules because we could have gone like 102 years old, and you would probably do well then. But we'll go under 25. What's the oldest age you could pitch to? Danny's got 8. Brett, what do you have?
Man, I could definitely get some JV kids, so like 12.
Okay.
I'd feel like I'd go out there and get some 1A high school kids too, and maybe have a chance.
I was thinking similar to Danny, except I was going to go a little younger. I was going to go 5 or 6. And I think the move is typically at that age, that's probably too young, but don't they, the best hitter normally bats leadoff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would just try to hit one of those kids, treat them like Randy Johnson did that bird, and just hope it intimidated the other kids into not swinging. And that would be my strategy. And
what if whatever age you pitched to, though, you had to have that age behind you in the field playing defense?
Oh, I like that.
Then you got to be actually striking the 8-year-olds out.
Tell you what,
I like my chances.
Next All-Star weekend, Manfred's going to have this. It's going to be Drewski will be out there for the celebrity events. And we'll try to no-hit these elementary school kids. Okay. Thank you for answering my random question, and we'll try to organize that. See if the Riverdogs will help us, Danny. Where was I? Danny with the AL Rookie of the Year.
My AL Rookie of the Year. I'm also keeping it Jacob. I'm going Jacob Wilson with the Oakland A's. You know, I've caught a handful of A's games so far this year, and he's really stood out, man. He can flat out rake. I think he's second in the league right now in batting average. He's hitting like 332. And I've just really been impressed with him, man. Just the way he peppers the ball. And I gotta be honest, man, they got a nice young group of kids in Oakland. I don't know.
They can hit.
Yeah, like him, Lawrence Butler. And I mean, they got some nice young talent. I just don't know if the front office is going to keep them all together. You know, they got other things going on. Yeah.
We don't even know where they're going to be. So I like that pick because I believe they were talking to his dad in the crowd at the All-Star game.
Yeah,
so the All-Star game is also the only venue where I want on the field interviews done during live play. Like during regular games, it's the worst thing in the world, but it was really cool to have Clayton mic'd up talking to, I believe, John Smoltz as he was pitching. I think that was really fun. Don't do it during regular games, please. That's all I ask.
I strongly agree.
So let's move on to some surprises of the first half, starting with Danny. Danny, who surprised you in a good way, not with a question about meeting 8-year-olds?
Oh, wow. Surprised me in a good way. Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, I think that.
Cal Raleigh, because a good friend of mine, she's a diehard Mariners fan, and she was talking about this guy. I wasn't familiar with him, if I'm being honest. She was like, you got to pay attention to this guy, Cal Raleigh. He's just off the strength of his nickname. She was like, his name is the Big Dumper. You got to watch the Big Dumper. I'm like, fine, I watched the Big Dumper, and I'm like, this Big Dumper can hit, and he's the man can call a hell of a game too at behind the plate. I was like, okay, Dana, you were right about Big Dumper. I'm going to pay more attention to him. So yeah, he's definitely my biggest surprise.
And Brett,
can I do a team?
Do
Can
it.
I do a player? Okay, Toronto Blue Jays.
Yes.
They're leading the most competitive division in baseball. I'd say the AL East. There's 4 teams that can end up winning that thing. I did not. I thought they probably finished last in the division. And the players that they do have, like Vlad Guerrero, he's having a good year, but not anything outstanding. Kevin Gausman is their best pitcher. He's not even having an outstanding year. So I really don't even know how they're doing it. Bo Bichette started to hit again, so that's good. But their biggest offseason signing, they gave a ton of money to Santander.
Tony,
and he has
Taters.
done nothing.
Yeah, he's been really bad. That hurts.
So I don't know how they're doing it.
Another good nickname guy, but yeah, he's not done anything.
Tony Taters to Tony Terrible.
Yeah. Hitting 179
Yeesh.
with 6 homers. So that's tough. But I think it was like a $95 million contract or something. Like I couldn't hit 179, but I could come close maybe. I agree that they were not good last year. And I don't know how they're leading this division. They finished 5th in the AL East last year. And I don't know. Boston's coming on strong. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, they've been really good. And biggest disappointments, Brett, right back to you.
Are you going to say the Braves, Danny? Or are you going to go with the player?
I was going to say the Braves, but I mean, I got a player too, but you go ahead.
Let's get them all out. Let's purge the first half. Whoever you're disappointed in, you let me know right now.
All right. Okay. Well, I have 2 then. So the Braves, clearly the biggest disappointment in baseball. They were the second betting favorite to win the World Series behind the Dodgers when the season started.
Ridiculous.
And they're not even going to sniff the playoffs in all likelihood. Strider and Acuna were out to start the year, but they got them both back early. So you can't blame that. Just nobody's played good for them. They've got players that have been great, and none of them are doing good. I mean, it's just about as simple as that.
Yeah, and of course, Drake Baldwin is there. Danny, why have the Braves disappointed you? Probably pretty similar, but do you have any specific grievances with the Braves?
Yeah, them. Michael Harris took a he's having he's having a really bad season. And overall, looking at the standings, and the Braves are actually looking up at the Marlins. Like, in what universe is this real?
You don't want to do that.
Like, I normally pick the Marlins to finish dead last in the NL East every year. And the Braves are like just grossly underachieving. But yeah, them and Michael Harris. And if I'm going to talk Texas Rangers, Adolis Garcia too.
Yeah, that one hurts.
He's really been a disappointment. I've already been hearing rumblings about teams putting out feelers for him to see if they're willing to get rid of him. But yeah, he slumped so bad. I mean, they sat him down for like a week just so he can get his mind right. But yeah, he's been a big disappointment.
And Brett, your disappointing player.
I'll do a position group if that's okay. The Dodgers pitching staff, I think by the numbers we're actually still good because you got such depth. But coming into this season, you thought we had assembled the Death Star. I mean, with all the people we signed the 2 best relievers on the market, Tanner Scott, Kirby Yates. Neither have been good. We signed Blake Snell. He's hardly pitched. Tyler Glasnow's just now getting back. Roki Sasaki, the phenom international signing, he hadn't pitched hardly all year. So I mean, it's been a bloodbath in terms of injuries, and we just haven't seen any of this greatness we were expecting to see.
Yeah, that has driven us crazy specifically. And every time I go to watch a game, Dustin May is pitching. It just never fails, and he drives me. He's
Yeah,
been like reliable. He's been there.
reliable. Exactly.
But
We've needed that badly, so I tip my hat to him. But yeah, he's obviously not going to keep starting once everybody gets healthy.
yeah. And how would y'all describe, because they're not really a disappointment, but the Colorado Rockies? What's going on? Like, what are we doing?
I love it. I love it. Just the sadistic part of me is like, I love this. It's like the great Jim Rome once said, either give me an A or give me an F.
Yeah, I can't.
And
I don't
the
understand.
Rockies are doing that in the best way possible.
Yes, they are so bad. I just watching them, the Dodgers series, and that first baseman. He's lucky I can't remember his name. I've never seen anybody play first base so poorly. And I even know you could really. I thought like clearly you had to have some sort of, you had to be able to catch the ball and not be ridiculous. But I didn't know you could like actively be negative as a first baseman.
Yeah,
He was terrible. Oh my gosh, it's disgusting. Brett, please.
they are. I hate them so bad because I have a tiny bit of sympathy for some of the small market teams. Not a lot because they still have rich owners and they're really just not spending. But most of them at least try a little bit. They try to have a good farm system. They try to make some trades to get better farm players. They try something, even if it's not spending money. They try to win somehow. The Rockies have no interest in winning baseball. They do not give a shit. They don't even trade what few good players they have for prospects at the trade deadline. It's just like they're like a GM calls the Rockies front office and nobody picks up the phone. I mean, they're just. I mean, I just despise them, dude. I mean, I feel bad for their fans, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish nothing but bad on this team because they're just not making any effort, dude.
Well, they are making you happy. And that was like a fun team to watch back in the day too.
Yeah, it's a cool stadium, and when they're playing good, it's a very fun team.
And now it's Taglia. Taglia, you are. Yeah. I feel bad. You probably shouldn't even be put in this position. But I'd rather have the 8-year-olds behind me when I'm pitching my no-hitter than you after what I saw. That was disgusting. I just get a grip.
Brandon, real quick.
Yeah.
There's a name I forgot to mention for surprises.
Yes.
Jacob deGrom.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't see that coming. I mean, he's coming off of 2 Tommy John surgeries, and he's been lights out for Texas. He's been one of the few bright spots. So kudos to him.
No, good call. Good call. Yeah. Because he was coming off he had surgery. Yeah, he had
Tommy John surgery last year.
Yeah. Especially, let me see how old he is too. This is my new fascination is people 37.
36.
He's older than me.
He's 37 now. Yeah.
Yes, just turned it. In June. So shout out Jacob deGrom. Brett, do you have any Jacob deGrom thoughts? Or any thoughts in general?
Well, I do have something else to say about the Rockies.
Okay.
I promise it'll be the last
Let's
thing.
go.
No, I like how they've really gotten you good.
But DeGrom though, he's always worth taking a chance on because his stuff's so good. But I never thought, I agree with Danny. I never thought you'd see him come back to what he was. You know, I was happy when Texas signed him. It's like it's a chance you got to take, but I didn't think it was going to work out, and it's working out. It's awesome. But the Rockies, so I ran into another fan outside of the game. We got to talking. He was playing a game where he was trying to see a fan of every team. Like he was tracking, and it was like keeping notes in his phone. He was trying to see if he saw all 30 MLB teams represented among the fans walking around the Battery. And he listed at the time the 4 teams that he had not seen. So I kept them in my mind as like, I'm going to try to see all of them. I saw 3 of them. The one team, the Rockies. Not a single Rockies fan was present to the eyes of me and this fella.
That's really depressing because there is some overlap with Atlanta and the Rockies too. Like I think of Galarraga, Mike Hampton.
Yeah.
You would have thought maybe someone would have gotten a discounted jersey and held on to it. That actually is another question, another curveball. How do y'all feel about the fact that they try to every team is represented in the All-Star game? Danny, are you pro or pro or against that? Do you enjoy seeing that?
Honestly, I don't really have a problem with it.
Brett, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to fight about it. I probably wouldn't do it if it was up to me. I will say the Rockies guy that was there actually probably did deserve to be there. The catcher, Goodman, he actually probably is good enough to be there. That wasn't a novelty. But normally, yeah, I'm not really for it.
I think I have eased my stance on it as time has gone on, as I've come to accept that these All-Star games are now fan events, that it's like, okay, I get it. You're trying to get fans from every team to come out so that this man can complete his list at the stadium and everything like that. So,
Yeah.
But before I was just such a weird purist about it, Raleigh. It's got to be the best players only. If the Rockies don't have an All-Star, then do better. But now I've definitely eased up on it, and I'm not such a tyrant about it.
Hey, Brandon, real quick.
Yeah.
Speaking of Braves and Rockies, didn't Vinny Castilla play for both teams too?
I think so. Yeah. Good pull. This should be another episode. We just name guys from that era, and it's just 3 hours of us naming old players.
I like that idea.
Yeah, we'll just do that.
I'm in.
I saw a Galarraga jersey last night. It was not a Rockies Galarraga jersey, but it was a Galarraga jersey.
I
up, Big Cat.
So much. Yes.
Yeah. It actually said Big Cat. It didn't say Galarraga. It said Big Cat.
It said literally Big Cat.
That's my birthday twin.
Oh,
nice.
There we go. Mine's Mary J. Blige, who doesn't
Lucky
play Major
you.
League Baseball. Yeah.
I got him. I got Paul McCartney and Silk the Shocker, and that's it.
That's a lot better than
The most random assortment. That's you covered all your bases there. Brett, any birthday?
I've got one of the gymnasts. I don't remember which one. One of the gymnasts that was good, and then Neil Diamond, the Hey Sweet Caroline, that guy. I've got him.
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. It depends. It's really hinging on the gymnast, though. We can all agree.
I think it's Mary Lou Retton. I think, but I could be wrong.
I feel like I just read a story about this. We're taking a break from the baseball podcast. Okay, January 24th, Mary Lou Retton. Okay, so she was just recently arrested for DUI, and the tape is embarrassing. I thought that, and she does share your birthday too, and so I'm sorry. But it sounds like the way things are headed, not for long. All right, moving on. Predictions for the second half of the season. Do y'all want to do playoff teams, or what format would y'all prefer we do?
Yeah. How about how many games the Rockies end up losing?
Let's do that. I like that one. Are they going to break? What is the record? Is it 36 wins?
Didn't the White Sox break that record?
Oh, yeah, you're
last
right.
year?
You are correct.
Yeah, the Rockies are going to lose 200 games this year.
I could see them doing it, especially Toglia, buddy. Yep, the White Sox, 2024. Damn. There's no way. This is crazy. I forgot how bad the White Sox were last year. I forgot that was last year, honestly.
Yeah, they were abysmal.
How many was the White Sox? How many did they win?
I got to math that out. They lost 121, but
okay.
So what's that? 41 and 121.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the Rockies can beat that.
The Rockies are on pace to win 37. I think they can. My calculator here.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think they're going to be worse than the White Sox.
I think so too. And what's wild is they were on like 6 wins forever. I mean, it was just absurd. And then they actually went on a run and played really well for like 3 weeks or something like that and got it up to the 20 or whatever it is now. But, I mean, it took a great run to even get them to this dog shit position that they're in.
Yeah, they had a run where they won 4 in a row.
Yeah, wow.
They beat the Nationals 3 in a row, and they beat the Braves. So the Nationals have also been terrible. Well, disappointing.
Yes, they have.
So let me pull up these standings. All right, who do y'all have winning each AL division? And then I'll ask for 3 wild card teams. So we'll go AL Central. Brett, we will start with you.
That's Detroit.
Detroit.
I mean, I remember we were on Danny's podcast like last year, the year before, whenever that was, and we all just shit on how bad the AL Central was.
Yeah.
They're still that bad, but Detroit is the best team in baseball.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
Danny?
that leads to you winning the division.
Danny, how about you? AL Central.
Yep. Same
Detroit.
thing. Detroit.
Pretty easy. All right. AL West. The Astros are currently leading it, as they just won't go away. Shout out to KP, but they just won't go away, unfortunately. Danny, who do you have winning the AL Central? West.
I got the Rockies winning the AL West.
I agree. I think they're gonna pull it together and just take over the sport.
Yeah, I'm going to Astros. You can't ever count them out in the AL West.
No, Brett, give us some hope. Astros, make it stop.
I mean, the Mariners they're 5 back. That's probably a little too far, but they're not bad. I mean, they got good pitching. They're hitting a little bit. They've got the aforementioned Cal Raleigh. And Houston, damn, they got rid of all their good players, and I mean Kyle Tucker and Bregman and shit. They're still here. I mean, it's got to be them. It's got to be them.
So I want another investigation, but yeah,
Jordan. They don't even have Jordan. They've still got Jordan Alvarez, but he hadn't played any. He's been hurt and not playing well.
It's ridiculous.
So
yeah, I can't stand them. And so yeah, shout out to KP. You got your Astro segment, and the AL East. This is by far the most competitive division in the American League. Brett, will the Blue Jays hold on?
I can't see how they hold on. I mean, they're 2 up on the Yankees, 3 up on the Red Sox. As I said earlier, I don't know how they've even done this. So I can't say they're going to hold on. The Rays seem pretty good, but they've fallen off lately. It's going to be between the Yanks and the Red Sox. You know, the Yanks they've got Judge. Paul Goldschmidt's actually been really good. That surprised me.
They also have Volpe, though.
Yeah. Garrett Cole's out, and still there, but Max Fried has more than replaced him. He's been incredible. Man, I'm gonna say Boston just because I don't like the Yankees, and for my dad,
Pedro,
yeah, and Pedro,
you rubbed your hat. I mean,
they've got a legit great young core of players. They don't have a lot of pitching, but they've got pieces they can move to get pitching if they're so inclined at the deadline. They can trade Jaron Duran, who was their best player last year. They don't even need him. They've got so many good outfielders. So I think they can make some moves and catch a questionable Yankees team.
Okay, Danny, how about you?
I'm going Yankees.
It's tough because, I mean, I feel like they're always there. And Boston's really only turned it on recently. Now they have
10
turned
in a
it
row.
on. Yeah.
10 in a row.
Crazy.
I think doing that after trading Devers, he must have been just terrible in the locker room.
Yeah.
Yes, because anytime
what do you think about that? You want to talk about that? That's one of the most fascinating stories of the first half.
So what's the NBA comp to that trade? Because I saw a lot of Luka trade comps. Is it the Luka trade?
I think it is. I think it's the perfect comp. I mean, it's almost that level of a superstar, not quite, but close. And then, yeah, it's done for not technically on the field reasons.
Because he did not want to change positions, correct? He was not a husky guy like Luka. It was.
Yeah. Me and my dad have fought about this since the day it happened. Dad is glad they traded him. He hates the idea of a player not playing the position he's told to play. My argument is when he signed the major deal that he signed, they guaranteed him that he would be the third baseman. Like, that is part of why he signed that deal. And now I know it's a new GM and all that shit, but it's still the same team. So I feel like they should honor their promise. And more than that, right or wrong doesn't matter. Like, you have to be smart as a GM and think, if I go out and sign Alex Bregman without talking it over with my third baseman first, he's going to be pissed off. Whether he should or shouldn't be, who cares? That is what is going to happen. So you're going to go sign Bregman to what is really a 1-year deal. Because he's going to opt out because Scott Boras is his agent, and they know they got the Red Sox over a barrel now, so he's going to opt out. Why would you run your franchise player off for 1 year of Alex Bregman?
That is a good question. Danny, would you run your franchise player off for 1 year of Alex Bregman?
No.
Yeah. I mean, that is stupid when you put it like that. And that's just not like, I do hate Alex Bregman, but I don't know why you would do that. And then the only other comp I have for this in my mind is when the Yankees signed A-Rod and they were trying to figure out who was going to play short, but then they did not.
And they made the stupid decision. They went with the worst shortstop because they had to,
Yeah, because you don't like you defer to your star, I guess, and he was the bigger star, and now Volpe gets compared to him. Volpe is my Colorado Rockies. Just the way they talked about him during the World Series, I haven't gotten over. So, just
don't let somebody from damn New Jersey play for the Yankees. They will just anoint them.
Just unreal, and he can't even. They hate him now. He's his dad's fighting people in the stands. Okay, do y'all want to make wild card picks? Because I would not make wild card picks. I'm gonna explain it to you. I've got the new All-Star format down, but the wild card still trips me up because I keep going back to the old wild card format.
Yeah,
so it confuses me.
I mean, basically three. You just got to pick the three best teams that aren't
going to win the division. Yes. Do y'all have 3 teams?
I'm looking. I mean, obviously, whoever doesn't get it between the Yankees and the Red Sox, I would have to say that team.
Yeah.
So the Yankees.
I'll say the Mariners.
Nobody out of the Central. The Mariners would be the other one for sure.
Yeah, we'll make this a group project. Yankees, Mariners, and
Rays.
I like it. Y'all know
I feel like they're legit. They're only 3 games over 500, but Caminero, Yandy Diaz, a handful of other good hitters. Pitching's not bad. I mean, they got a few good guys. I think they're pretty good.
I think we crushed that. Okay, moving on to the NL. Starting with the NL East with All-Star Game MVP Kyle Schwarber. The Phillies are leading, and of course Zack Wheeler. The Mets are right behind them, literally half a game. And then of course you have the rest of that division with the Marlins, the Braves, hilariously looking up at them, as Danny pointed out earlier, and the very sad Nationals. Who is coming out of the NL East?
I'm going Phillies.
Phillies?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Mets. I think they're only 1 game back. Is that what you said?
Half a game.
Half a game. Okay. So essentially they're tied. We really haven't got the real Juan Soto yet. I think that's only a matter of time before he turns into a superstar again. Pete Alonso's been out of his mind.
Yeah.
I think this is legit too. I don't think it's a fluke. I think he's really going to hit this good all year. They're getting a lot of starting pitching back that they didn't have. Manai's coming back. Frankie Montas just come back. So yeah, I'll say the Mets.
What's Soto's deal? I feel like
they this is another interesting conversation to get into, is how much money he got when he can't play defense. And I would have given it to him too, because I love him. He's my favorite non-Dodger player. He's so entertaining, but you probably need to play defense too if you're going to get $800 million.
It's just like a hint of defense.
They said, I heard a rumor that he really wanted to play for the Yankees. He liked the Yankees a lot and he wanted to stay there. But his family preferred the Mets because of like everything the owner, Cohen, did. Like just showed him how good the Mets are with your family, like the luxury box they give them and just how well they treat player families and stuff like that. So his family kind of talked him into it. But I don't, that could be all bullshit, but that's what I heard. He seems like a Yankee to me. Like that was such a good fit for him to me, being a Yankee.
I agree. I think he feels like a Yankee guy. Danny, would your family have to talk you into $800 million?
No.
Okay.
Go get the money, boy. Go get the money.
I was like, man, that was probably a short conversation.
Yeah.
Hell, and he's going to pay me $800 million. Like, okay, I will go not play defense then. Okay, the NL, that was the East. We'll go NL Central now. Starting with Danny, the Cubs with Pete Crow Armstrong. Of course, we got the Brewers, who are just a game back. The Cardinals, who I don't like. The Reds with everyone's favorite Ellie De La Cruz. And the Pirates, who are draining whatever life is in Paul Skenes. Danny, who you got coming out of the Central?
Man, I'm going to go with the Cubs. Yeah, Craig Counsell's got him looking good, man. Can't even deny it. And then between PCA, I mean, really 2/3 of the outfield with him, and then you got Kyle Tucker. Man, that's a hell of a 1-2 punch right there. So that's my pick.
I like it.
Yeah.
Brett, how about you?
Kyle Tucker is the guy that I can't wait to see how much money he gets, because there's a good argument he should get every bit of what Soto got, because he does have the all-around game. He's an elite defensive outfielder. He doesn't hit as well, but he's not far behind, and he steals bases. But I don't think he's going to get anywhere near what Soto gets, although he probably should. But anyway, I'm going to go with the Brewers. I think they're only a game or two back, and I watched them sweep the Dodgers right before the All-Star break, and I think there's something to this team. They don't have a lot of superstars, but not hitting-wise, but pitching-wise, they are absolutely loaded. Mizorowski, who we talked about earlier, they got guys in AAA that would be like the number 2 pitcher on a lot of teams. So Logan Henderson is mainly who I'm referring to. I mean, they are just so deep, so loaded with starting pitching. And they're just a scrappy lineup. I mean, they're like old school, and they move the runners and steal bases and drive guys in. So I think they'll score enough runs for that pitching staff to win the division.
All right, and the NL West, Dodgers lead it. We're really running away with it, and then had a bit of a slump there as all of the pitchers' arms turned to pulled pork. Brett, who do you think wins the division? Obviously, that's a very strong division with the Padres and the Giants too, with the aforementioned Devers. Who do you have? And Danny's powerhouse Rockies are also in the NL West. Who do you have taking home the NL West crown, Brett? It has almost always been the Dodgers as long as anyone can remember.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be the Dodgers again, because we've not even had healthy pitching, and we're up, 5 or 6 games at the moment?
Yep, 5.5.
Yeah, so no question. We're getting all our pitching back. Mookie hasn't hit at all this year. Freddie hasn't hit the ball in 2 months. You know that both of those things are going to change. So I think we end up winning it by Muncie's going to come back. We're probably going to make a good trade at the deadline. So I think we'll probably end up winning it by 10 games or something.
I hope you are right. Danny, who you got coming out of the NL West?
Hey, any team that has Max Muncy is a friend of mine.
Get it out.
Because fuck Madison Bumgarner. I'm going to Dodgers.
Forever and ever.
Amen.
Yes. All right. Let's see if we can piece together some wild card teams in the NL. So, I mean, it's so tight, and we were split on everything. So it's either going to be the Brewers. I'm going Brewers, Mets, Padres.
I like that.
I think that splits everyone, all of the picks, since there was some differences there. What else is there? What else does anybody need to get off their chest? Is there another Rockies anything, or is anyone?
Mm-mm.
Are we good?
I'm good.
I think I'm good.
Okay. Well, this has been a fantastic episode. I can't leave without once again letting Danny talk about his shows, though. So, Danny, I'm going to clear out. It is you. This is your solo swing off with your podcast that everyone should know by now because you've been on the show a lot. But go again. Let them know. Not enough people have subscribed for my tastes.
I like that. I have a baseball podcast called At the Plate with Danny Foxworth. I have a candle podcast called A Wicked Good Time with Danny Foxworth, where I sniff candles and sniff and review candles and just banter about random stuff. Then I have Grown Up Low Country with Liz and Danny, and then Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth. You can find all of those on all digital streaming platforms, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's at Danny Foxworth 843, and you can find the videos for every episode of every podcast I just mentioned. So, yeah, that's where you can find me. And Brandon, again, if it weren't for you, I would not be in this podcast game having the fun that I'm having, man. So, shout out to you. And Brett, shout out to you too, man. It was a pleasure getting to meet you in real life at the baby shower.
Man, that was great.
And shout out to Baby Silvers too.
Yes, Rocket coming soon. So if y'all don't hear from me, y'all know why.
Yeah, and shout out to the baby shower food too. That was a spread.
El Molino, I'm looking for the sponsorship. I'm coming for you. As soon as I get back on my feet. There will be a brief hiatus. We'll go ahead and cover that now. There'll be a brief hiatus when Rocket shows up to the world as I figure out what I'm doing, but I will return. But if you don't hear from me, that's what happened. Brett, I do have to ask you, since you did give baby Rocket his nickname Rocket, and as a graduate of South Carolina Law School, I need you to use your lawyering skills to make the case to the Charleston Riverdogs to let Danny throw out the first pitch.
That is like if you listen to his last episode, he stood in line in the Lightning. For the Hawaiian, he needs to wear the Hawaiian shirt and throw out the first pitch. That was such a great endorsement of a Hawaiian shirt. Yes. I've never felt that strongly about any shirt. And yeah, I mean, he waited an hour, then there was another hour and a half delay at some point as well, I believe. And you weren't mad about it. You thought you were honored to do it. You thought you were getting the good end of this deal. So
what more could you want? Yeah. What more could I let the man throw out the first pitch? He's done episodes dedicated to Riverdogs history. Like, y'all need to do a whole Danny Foxworth at the plate crossover. There needs to be a whole bunch of stuff involved. We'll start with the first pitch, but it needs to go from there. Okay, that needs to be the beginning. All right.
I am Danny Foxworth, and I approve this message.
And he's left-handed too. Nobody knew that.
He's left-handed earlier. A left-handed first pitch. All right, the kids are knocking.
Yeah.
So that's how riled up they are. They're so passionate about Danny throwing out the first pitch that Brett's kids are about to break down the door to make it happen. But this has been another episode of Beyond the Arc with Brandon Silvers. Appreciate y'all watching.